people think about you. You're not worried about your own opinion. We need to focus on your opinion about yourself. What you believe about yourself. That's more important than anything else. If you don't feel good about yourself, but everybody else feels good about you, who really gives a shit? If you ain't got your mind right, who cares how much money you got? Who cares how much status you got? If you ain't got your mind right, if you ain't got your body right, I take a good mind and a good body over all that other shit. Today we are talking about why most men will stay losers forever. What is good with y'all today is Space CBO, aka Cole Brown Official. And what made me think of this topic is today I was sparring. And it really made me realize how out of shape I was. You know, first 3 rounds, I'm good. Now, I went to the gym not even expecting to spar. So I go in there, and one of the guys that's been going, he goes in the morning every day. He's like, "You gonna get this work in?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess I get to work in." So I go back to the car, grab the headgear, come back, warm up, and then we get in there. I gave him a solid 3 rounds, solid 3 rounds. And then I'm like, after that 3rd round, I'm like, I'm good. I was gassed out, assed out. So now I'm getting out the ring, and he's like, "That's it? You're tired?" I take my headgear off, get some water. And then about halfway through the round, like, I could tell he was like really disappointed that I only went 3 rounds. But it's like, I lift weights. I do a little bit of boxing. I never really focused on my endurance, you know? So my endurance wasn't the best. But, you know, I seen him over there, like, kind of, like, disappointed. So I was like, I'll do one more round. So we get in there. It's halfway through the next round that we were supposed to be in. It was halfway through the 4th round. And then I was like, I'll give another round. So I get in there. And then he's like, "Let's not wait. Let's go ahead and get it now." So then we start. And, dude, I was just gassed. I was just dragging. That 4th round, I was terrible. You know, and if you guys ever sparred, or if any of you guys fight, you know, once you like get to a certain point, you just gas out, and it's like just survival mode. Like you just trying to stay up, you know. And that's how I was. And he caught me a good bit of times after that. And after the day, man, I was like, I got to get my endurance up. I need to start doing cardio more often, you know. And this is why I tell you guys, like, it depends what your goals are. But after the day, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna let bro have better endurance than me. You know, and this dude used to be fat, but I'm like, I'm not about to let this dude have better endurance than me. You know, now I kind of did a mix of lifting weights and did a little bit of cardio, but I'm like, I'm up in the cardio and I'm still trying to maintain lifting the weights if I can, you know. But after the day, I was like, nah, next time, I'm not stopping. You know, he's going to be the one that stops it. Like, "Look, Cole, we done went 6 rounds, I'm good. We done went 8 rounds, I'm good. We done went 10 rounds." Whenever he's done, that's when it's time to be done. You know, and that made me realize today I got to go hard on my endurance, got to go harder on my cardio. And I tell you guys this because you learn from taking those L's. I had to go through that. I had to be gassed out to be like, I need to get really serious about my endurance. And that makes me think of this other dude that comes to the gym, and he's the dude that called out the homie. He low-key got the brakes beat off of him. He has no head movement, and he got fucked up last week. I'm talking about bloody nose, like Buddy kept turning around, like, I don't know. It was Buddy was getting messed up, you know. And he'll get hit and he won't adapt. See, the first time I sparred, I had no head movement. I kept getting hit in my head. And I said, nah, I need to work on my defense. Just like I ran out of steam today. I got tired super quick. So I said, I need to get better with my endurance. And this is how you have to look at life. You're going to take those L's, but are you going to adapt when you take those L's? Or are you just going to complain? This is why most guys are losers. Because they go talk to that girl one time, take a L, now they never go to a girl again. Not every woman's like this. They're not worth it. Because they live in fear. They live in fear. You can't be worried about what everybody thinks about you. You can't be worried about if I look dumb, if I look stupid. That's part of the process. You got to go through some short-term pain to get the long-term pleasure you really want. I remember one of my friends, before he had lost weight, he had got pretty chunky. A guy I went to high school with. I worked at John Deere with him. And I remember I didn't see him for like maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years. And then when I saw him again, I'm like, dude, you got fat. And see, he's one of them guys, he does not need to be fat. Now, no man needs to be fat, but he definitely doesn't need to be fat. His fat goes straight to his chin and his gut. So his arms are like still skinny. He's that skinny fat. So he had like a pregnant belly and he got like a triple chin. It's just like, bro, you don't need to be fat. You put that on quick. So then we started talking. He started going to the gym with me. And then once we started working out with each other, he was really having a hard time losing the weight. He's like, man, I just can't be consistent. This is why I always say, man, I'm not disciplined. I can't stay consistent. And I told him, change the background of your phone to a picture of you with your shirt off. And he was like, what if people see it? I'm like, I'm not worried about what people see. I'm worried about what you see. You say you can't stay consistent because you always get distracted. You never have time. Put it on the front of your phone so every time you looking at your phone, every time you open up your phone, that's a reminder. That's a reminder, because a lot of times people throw on the baggy shirts, try to hide the fat. But if it's full blown right in front of your face every time you open up your phone, now you like worried about opening up your phone around people, that's going to be a constant reminder that you got work to do. You have to put in some work and change that, because a lot of guys, they try to avoid looking in the mirror. Yeah, they go take that shower. They're not even going to look in the mirror. They throw on some clothes that are super baggy so you can't even see the shape of their body. They try to run from it. They don't want to see the truth. And man, this really reminds me of how much a hater my other roommate was, dog. So my friend, you know, he has a picture of him with his shirt off as his background on his phone. And I remember my old roommate seeing it. The one that backstabbed me, he saw it. And he was like, oh, hell no. Like, why you look pregnant? And he just kind of like roasting it. And he trying to show me, Cole, look at this, look at this. I said, I know. I was like, yeah, Cole told me to do that. He like, now, why would you do that? I said, because he needs a constant reminder of what he looks like. He say he has a hard time staying consistent, so he needs a constant reminder every time he open his phone. He like, hell no, he don't need to do that. He need to find another way. And then my friend, he over there thinking about like changing his background. I'm like, nah, you gonna change what you're doing because this dude that doesn't even like you, he would wish the worst for you. You would change what you're doing to please this man that you don't care about and you shouldn't care about. And this is what a lot of you guys do. You keep taking that L. You like this dude that asked the homie to spar. You get in that ring, you get punched, and you don't work on it. You're not making improvements. You keep getting punched in your face. Keep your hands up, move your head. Learn some defense. A lot of guys, they'll get in that ring. It's an analogy. You'll get in that ring, get punched in the face a couple times, then you call it quits. Never again. So you decide. The guys that are going to stay losers, get in that ring, they get punched and they quit. They get in that ring, they get punched and they don't make improvements. You decide who you become in this life. I don't care what your circumstances are. Because I promise, somebody had it worse than you and they made more out of it than you. Stop feeling bad for yourself. Stop feeling like the victim. And just make improvements. You're going to take some L's. You're going to go through some pain. That's part of the journey. Everybody wants the good side of life. They want the sunny days, but you have to have those rainy days. You figure out how to enjoy the losses. Today, man, that fourth round, buddy was whooping me. Man, my legs were dragging. I was just in survival mode. But I said, this is just a learning lesson. That's what you got to realize. Lessons are to learn from. But if you so caught up in how you feel and you living in fear, you're not gonna grow from it. And that's why I tell guys, like, don't put off dating, because even if you fat, even if you got no options, even if you're gonna go out there and approach 1,000 women, even if you shoot your shot, you're on dating apps, you're doing everything it takes, and you keep getting rejected, you are still gonna learn from it. You are still gonna grow from it. I just say don't waste too much time on it. But see, a lot of guys, they get too caught up. Oh, well, she gonna reject me. You get rejected once. Oh, she gonna reject me. Who cares? I'm not even worried about the woman. I'm worried about your growth. And when you are really focused on your growth, you'll do stuff that scares you. That's what you guys got to realize. It's not about the woman. It's about becoming the man you want to be. To the point, you don't care if that woman comes or goes, because she can be replaced. Because when you become the greatest version of yourself, I promise you, options are going to be endless. Every last one of you guys watching this video, if you became the best version of yourself, the options are endless. But you have to believe that. You have to take it. You have to take the L and bounce back from it. You got to get in that ring and adapt to what happened. You can't be like this guy. You keep getting punched in your face and you ain't doing anything. You got punched in your face last week. You got your ass whooped last week. Then you come next week and you do the same shit. You're going to keep getting your ass whooped. You got to put the dots together and say, what can I do? How can I adapt? And everybody watching this video, you came from ancestors that adapted. Dog, stop worrying about the negative and focus on what you can improve. Stop worrying about the loss and get back to the drawing board. What can you do to win? What can you do to adapt? And this is why most guys will stay losers, because they get punched in the face one time and they call it quits, or they get punched in the face and they don't make adjustments. Stop being worried about what everybody else thinks about you. What do you think about yourself? Like I told my friend, change that background to a photo of you. Oh, what if someone sees it? That good. Good, because you too worried about what other people think about you. You're not worried about your own opinion. We need to focus on your opinion about yourself. But you believe about yourself. That's more important than anything else. If you don't feel good about yourself, but everybody else feels good about you, who really gives a shit? If you ain't got your mind right, who cares how much money you got? Who cares how much status you got? If you ain't got your mind right, if you ain't got your body right, I take a good mind and a good body over all that other shit. And that's why I focus on the body game. Because it's the most important. It's your mind and your body. And once you master your mind and your body, the other stuff gonna come when it comes. And that's why, I tell you guys all the time, like, I should be trying to, make some money off of this content, and eventually I will. But I never really been in a rush, because I'm like, it's going to come. Because I'm going to keep developing my mind and my body. And I'm going to figure it out. But yeah, man, that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all soaked up some game. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll catch y'all boys in the next one.